Welcome back, boys and girls, to this fabulous fall lesson in Saxon phonics. Welcome back, boys and girls. Listen to these words and listen for the sound in the initial, beginning position. Up, under, umpire. What sound do you hear in the initial position? Listen again. Up, under, umpire. We hear the sound in each of these words. Look at these words up on the board. Rust, fun, bug. What letter do you see might be making the sound? Rust, fun, bug. All of these words have the sound, and there's a letter U in all of these words. U must be the letter making the sound. Is the short sound of the letter U. Do you know what the long sound of the letter U is? It is U, or sometimes oo. The vowel U is different because it makes two different long sounds. U as in unicorn, and oo as in tuba, tuba. Always try the U sound first when it's the long sound. If the word doesn't sound right, then try the oo sound. Is the letter U a vowel or a consonant? The letter U is a vowel. That's why it makes at least two sounds. Now let's go ahead and let's practice coding these words. Let's look at the first word. Is the vowel followed by a consonant? Yes, it is. So we're going to code it with a breve. Let's look at the next word. We see a vowel followed by a consonant. So we're going to code it with a breve. And let's look at the last word. We see a vowel followed by a consonant. So we're going to code it also with a breve. Now it's time for our skywriting. So let's get our fingers and arms straight out into the air, nice and straight, nice and tall, so we can write our letters. We're going to start with capital U. Start on the top line, and we're going to go down to the bottom line and back up to the top line. We're going to stay on that top line, and we're going to draw our stick. Now let's go to lowercase u. We're going to start on our midline, and we're going to go around, touch that bottom line, and back up to the midline. Stay at the midline, and we're going to draw our stick. Good job, boys and girls. Now we're going to practice making some words. So if you have letter tiles at home or magnetic letters, go ahead and get them out. If you don't, that's okay. You can follow along. You may want to follow along by writing the words that we are going over. That's okay too. So I'm going to give you all a moment to get your materials together, and then we will get started. All right, boys and girls, let's look carefully at the letters that we're using today. We have A, B, C, D, but then look at the letter E. How many letter E's do I have? I have 2 letter E's today. We're going to need those for our word building. Let's look at the rest of the letters. F, G, H, I, watch out, no letter J yet. K, L, M, N, O, P, no letter Q yet. R, S, T, U, Z. So we still have a few more letters to learn, but let's go ahead and let's get started. The first word that we're going to build is the word us. Us. How do we make the word us? What sounds do you hear? We hear s, us. Let's read this word together. Us, us. Good job. Now we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to turn the word us into up. How can we change the word us into up? What letter sounds do we need to switch out? We need to switch out the letter S and the letter P. Let's read this word together. Up, up. Now we're going to change it again. We're going to change the word up to the word cup. Cup. What letter do we need to make this the word cup? We need the letter C. Let's read this word together. Cup. Cup. Now we're going to practice building some sight words. Let's make the word bin. Bin. What letters do we need? Yes, watch out. We have those 2 E's and they sound a little different than digraph EE. Let's read this word together. Bin. Bin. Where have you been? Let's make another word. Let's make the word does. Does. What letters do we need? Does. Let's read it together. Does. Now we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to change the word does into the word goes. What letter do we need to change to make does into goes? What letters do we need to switch? Now let's read this word together. Goes. Goes. My dad goes to the store with my mom. Good job, boys and girls. As you can see, now you're ready to help me build the words. So I want you to be practicing that some more at home, building those words and seeing what words you can make. Now today we've been learning about a new letter. So to help us remember what sound that letter makes, we have umbrella, And to help us remember the long sound this letter makes, we have unicorn, U. We also have a new sight word today. This is the word put. Will you please put your pencil on the table? Remember, sight words are words that do not always follow the rules, so they're words that we need to have memorized. When we see sight words in our worksheet or in our reading, we're going to circle them because they are words that we know. Good job, boys and girls. Now let's practice coding some words. Let's start with this first sentence. Look at the first word. What do we see that needs to be coded? Look at the end of the word. I see digraph CK, so we're going to underline it. Remember, digraph CK, we need to cross out the letter C so we remember that it only makes one K sound. Now let's look at our vowel. Is our vowel followed by a consonant? Yes, it's followed by a consonant digraph. A vowel followed by a consonant is coded with a breve. Let's look at the next word. We know this word. So we know that the letter S is making its voiced sound. It's going z, z, z in this word. So let's draw a line through the letter S to remind us the sound it's going to make. Is the vowel followed by a consonant? Yes, it is. So we're going to code it with a breve. Let's look at our next word. It's a long one, but let's break it up. Look at the end of the word. We have suffix ed. I know that suffix ed is going to go d because it is after a voiced sound. The letter L makes the ol sound, which is a voiced sound. So since ed is coming after a voiced sound, it's going to go d. Now let's look at the beginning of the word and work our way through to finish coding. What do we see at the beginning? We have digraph TH, so let's go ahead and let's underline it. In this word, digraph TH is going to be making its unvoiced sound, so we're going to leave it alone. But look carefully. We have an R right next to it, and I remember there's a blend that goes thur, thur. Watch out for that. Let's look. Anything else? Any other obvious codings? There's double consonants. So we're going to cross out one of the L's to remind us that we only need to read one of them. Now let's look at our vowel. Is our vowel followed by a consonant? Yes, it is. A vowel followed by a consonant is coded with a breve. Let's go ahead and let's read this sentence. Rick is thrilled. That means he's happy. Rick is thrilled. Let's look at our next sentence. Let's start with the first word. Don't get tricked. That's not suffix ing. It's part of the word. So we do see digraph ng. So we're going to underline digraph ng. Now, do we see a vowel? Yes, we do. Is it followed by a consonant? Yes, it's followed by a consonant digraph. A vowel followed by a consonant is coded with a breve. Let's look at our next word. Don't get tricked again. That's not suffix s. That's apostrophe s. That means that something belongs to someone. I know that in this word, apostrophe s is going to be making its voiced sound. So I'm going to draw a voice line through it to remind me that it's going to go z. Now let's ignore apostrophe s for now and just look at the word. Is the vowel followed by a consonant? No, it is not, because we do not look at apostrophe S for this. An open, accented vowel is long, and we code it with a macron. Remember the rest of that rule, an open, accented vowel. Now let's look at the last word. Do we see any obvious codings? Yes, we see a double consonant at the end. So we're going to cross out one of the S's to remind us to only make one sound. Now let's look at our vowel. Is it followed by a consonant? Yes, it is. A vowel followed by a consonant is coded with a breve. Let's go ahead and let's read this sentence together. Bring Stu's glasses. Whose glasses are they? The glasses belong to Stu. Remember, apostrophe S means something belongs to someone. Let's look at another sentence. Look very carefully. In that first word, we see digraph EE. So we know we need to cross out one of the E's so we remember to only make one sound. And we need to put a macron over the first E to remember that it's going to go E, E, E. Now let's look at the next word. Do we see any obvious codings? No, so let's go ahead and let's see if we can find our vowels. Well, I see a vowel, consonant, consonant, vowel pattern. So I'm going to draw my syllable divider line and put an accent after the first syllable. Now let's code the first syllable. Do you see a vowel? Is it followed by a consonant? A vowel followed by a consonant is coded with a breve. Now let's look at the next syllable. Do you see a vowel? Is it followed by a consonant? So we're going to code it with a breve. Let's read this short sentence together. Feed Punkin. That's a very strange name. Punkin. Great job today, boys and girls. Keep on practicing, looking for those vowel, consonant, consonant patterns. They'll help you figure out some of those larger words to read. We'll see you later. Bye.